folks, welcome to another edition of Shots Fired with your host, myself, Sam Schluter, the straight shooter. There you have it. What a crazy weekend. Thank you for all the concerns, the shout outs, the messages I received. Old Sam Schluter could still take a beating and keep on ticking. Don't worry about that. I heal up quick like Wolverine. So, we started off a crazy weekend with a special edition of Friday the 13th Sucker Free main event. It was crazy, not only because it was Friday the 13th, but because it was Friday the 13th. And Sucker Free roster was primed and ready to rip through some heads. Let's see how we kicked it off. Good old Small Austin, the smallest son of a bitch in the 2KWL and in the gaming wrestling community, was walking into the 2KWL Sucker Free arena, heading towards the locker room when none other than Tanaki met face to face. For some reason or another, blows were exchanged. We got ourselves a all night hell-raising match here in the backstage area. There was no security in sight. Everybody was probably off whacking off, doing something in catering. Who knows what was happening? But back and forth they go. Small Austin hit Tanaki with a couple of garbage can shots, threw him into the locker room, threw him into one of the cubbies. Tanaki came back, and that was all she wrote for Small Austin. Tanaki came out with a winner. Chalk one up for the GOC. And that one, the 2 Gen of Chaos. Moving right along to the Sucker Free Triple Threat Table Massacre, keeping in tradition with the Friday the 13th theme and all horror themes alike. This was insane, dude. I was in the booth, safe and secured, when the fight was going on. M. Davis, the Demon Eddie, Mikhail Shima. Oh man, it was crazy. Bodies were flying everywhere, and then out of nowhere, somebody grabbed the Demon Eddie and held him down, preventing him to keep further competing into the match, which gave the winner, Mikhail, enough room to put M. Davis through the table. That's all she wrote. What in the hell? We were picture puzzled by the actions of the person that did that. And later on that day, some more shenanigans happened, but we'll get on to that later on. Well, Mikhail Shima won that match, chalked that one up on the board for the Golden Boys of the Golden Realm. Next, we had the women's non-title, The Ring, no ring out. Generica versus your 2KWL Women's Champion, Juliana Kavea. This was a no way out pounding. There was no way Generica was going to get out of this pounding. It was just a shellacking. Chalk one up in the board for the Golden Boys. Chalk another one up for the Golden Realm. Juliana walked away with the victory on that one. Next up, we had the Get Out cage match. Escape Only. The inaugural champ, Sam Kavea, the Buzzsaw, versus Black Frost. Oh boy, solid matchup. Nothing too insane. No spectacular off aerial to cage movements or nothing like that. But we had a solid 3-star match. Some confusion. Kavea's been in the slump. He got out to the cage, was able to escape. We don't know what he was going for. Was he trying to climb off the top and exit, or was he trying to climb up to the top and jump onto Black Frost. We don't know, but he climbed back down, which ended up in the downfall, costing him the match. Black Frost jumped out, escaped the cage, and was the winner of the Get Out Steel Cage match, escape only. Chalk another one up for the GOC. Next we had the Cruiserweight Jeepers Creepers No Holds Barred Triple Threat. Well, not a triple threat. Bruiser Blade was scratched from the match from failure to appear. He would be sent a good old email from the front office here, I presume. And so we carried on as the show must go on. Yu Akita versus the showstopper extraordinaire of the 2KWL, Mr. Jerry Esquire. What can I say? Ref Wayne was called to duty because it was a no-holds-barred match, and Ref Wayne got hit by Yu Akita, and as you know, Ref Wayne gets in as he fits in. He ended up power bombing Yu Akita on the steel steps. Yu Akita was down and out for hand wrapped, gift wrapped with a big bow on for Jerry Esquire. Jerry Esquire failed to finish the job. Crazy match. Yu Akita walks away with the win. Next up, we had the Women's Child Play Extreme Rules. Insane triple threat match. Michaela Shihada versus Rage versus Sandra Wilde. Wow. The notes here say Zeta Wilson was added to the card and not. Well, Rage was the winner. The AI took over for Rage, and she still walked away with the W. The AI. Can you believe that? Chalk another one up for the Golden Realm. Well, that leads us into the co-main event, which was the Omen match. The rubber match here. Garland versus the 2KWL champ, Akane. Garland being the only man to successfully make the champ tap out twice in non-title matchups. And Friday the 13th became the third time that Garland did it. By submission. Beats him by submission again. We all know, everybody knows the weak spot of the champion. Yet and still, when the chips are all on the table and it really counts in pay-per-views and the title's on the line, he still walks away. So we'll see what's up with that one. How is that gonna pan out for Garland? And how's that gonna pan out for the champ? We don't know. Still waiting to hear from the front office. Well, you could chalk that one up for Garland and the crew, because he's the lone man on the roster and with no affiliation. Which leads us into the Cruiserweight Championship Nightmare on 6th Street, because we were stationed at Cleveland, Ohio that night, between Draven, the former Cruiserweight Champion, versus Lunatic Buck Razor. That was the rematch. What can I say? It was a KO match, and nothing too spectacular happened in that match. Quick shellacking by your champion. The winner, the Lunatic Buck Razor with the KO. Chalk one up for the GOC, which leads us for the total of that evening, Friday the 13th, GOC 4. And the Golden Realm 3. Garland with 1. The Golden Boys came up short that evening. Oh well. Leading us into Fights Uncensored, Saturday evening, 9/14/2019. We started off with a no ring out match. The rematch between the rookie, young Kim Freeman, and your 2KWL Women's Champion, Juliana Kavea. Wow. The rematch was underwhelming. The first match was better. I'm calling it as I see it. Kim Freeman put up a good match in the first time around, which spilled out outside of the ring into the crowd, led to a countout. Juliana crawled back in at 8, tried to crawl back out at 9 and reset the clock, but the referee was quick on the count, gave the champ the victory on the 9 title one. On the rematch, this was a no way out match. No getting out the ring, none of that, no running around, no shenanigans. So what happened? 1, 2, 3, a quick shellacking. 3-star, right? But Kim showed some hope and showed some, potential for her young career in the 2KWL. It was a 3-star match. She almost fooled the champion with a dirty pin right off the match, hit her with a special or something, got the match discombobulated and confused, got the legs on the ropes. The referee didn't see. His sight was, blocked by the pin, and then Juliana barely kicks out at 2 9/8. Man, that was crazy. Or 2 3/4, or 2 9/10. It was just insane. Almost lost the title again by a rookie coming into the 2KWL. That's how she lost the title the first time, by giving young prospects a chance, and it came back to bite her in the ass, and now she's a little bit more cautious of doing that. But it was a non-title match, but yet and still, to get pinned by a rookie is not a good strike on the title. Anyways, which leads us into the next match, which was a classic heavyweight match between GOC and the Golden Boys of the Golden Realm, Hatcher, the leader of the Golden Realm. This was a good match, folks. Solid match. Arcani, the champion, was ringside for Hatcher, his Golden Realm partner. Arcani comes in the match. Ref Wayne was on the other side. Arcani comes into the match and knocks out the first main referee. Ref Wayne jumps into action, and boy, does that 350 plus pound behemoth champion of ours grows wheels like Speedy Gonzalez in a Roadrunner and gave chase. Ref Wayne was gone chasing that big dude, but he took off on him up the ramp and got away from Ref Wayne. Ref Wayne couldn't abandon his duties ringside. As he was making his way back to the ring, Hatcher took advantage and sit-out power bombed Alpha Ali 1, 2, 3 as the main referee came to and counted it out. The shenanigans continue from the Golden Boys of the Realm, the Golden Realm Boys, and chalk one up for the Golden Realm. Leading us into the third match of the night was, we finally found out who attacked me the night before and who darkened ship and blacked out our production truck here and gave me a good whooping. It was none other than the faction of Cataclysm, Acantha, Mephisto, aka Meth Pool, and Katzen. That was who's behind M. Davis getting sucked up through the arena floor, getting pinned up and avoiding him just for shits and giggles, just to cause a stir and a presence. So Akantha comes out. Here's the triple threat revenge match that the CEO and the COO willingly agreed to, so they could claim their little fame and their attack. So Akantha has her one chance against One Shot and the AI. And this is what happens. The AI almost tapped out to Akantha by a cunt's hair. Akantha almost got a revenge. And here comes the Golden Girl from the Golden Realm. One Shot broke it up, hit Akantha with a special. The shellacking continues. Chalk another one up for the Golden Realm crew. And leads us into Mephisto's Scrap Trap Cage match. No escape with Ref Rain. Not ringside. Inside. Dual referees. It was off the hook against Josh Reyes. This was underwhelming, to say the least. Once again, in true Mephisto downfall, in his own concoction, his own match, his own return match here, to add some rhyme and reason for these attacks the night before. The Scrap Trap, all his garbage from his Mephisto backyard. Josh Reyes hits him with a quick pin, lost in his own playground. Mephisto goes down. Chalk another one up for the boys of the Golden Realm. This was crazy. Leads us into the fifth match of the night, and this was a triple threat cruiserweight match. Mikhail Shihara versus Mr. X Jr. versus Dav H. Shihara, the young rookie, coming out with victories out of his wazoo, out of nowhere. He grabs a Dav H, young rookie, trying to make his way into 2KWO, puts the shellacking on him. Mr. X was the equalizer in that match. It was going back and forth. It was basically Mr. X Jr. and Shihara back and forth. Dav H couldn't have no answers, no little spotlights for himself. Mr. X Jr. goes out to retrieve a candlestick, climbs in, too late, 1 second too late. 1, 2, 3. Mikhail Shihara chalk one up for the Golden Realm. Another victory for the Golden Realm on Fights Uncensored. Leads us into the return of Katzen. Non-title, no holds barred match. This was supposed to be Katzen's return match versus the champion Akane, but the player of Akane couldn't join us. He was supposed to be controlled by the AI. Then, in a turn of events, Darnell, the player of our champion, the controller I might say, makes his way backstage, makes his way to the show just in time for his match. Katzen is dumbstruck, and this was just a 4-star street fight match right here. It was a solid, decent match, but once again, the crew of Cataclysm, the faction with no action, got a goose egg for the night on a show specially tailored for Cataclysm. 3 matches, 1 for each of their members, and they came up short. Mephisto, goose egg. Akantha, still goose egg. She's still here, winless in the 2KWL on singles competition. I think she's like 1-20. I'm gonna have to check the books on that one. But last time I checked, it was like 0-14. I think she's 1 and something, maybe 1, and it was probably tag team action. Well, They lost that one. Big goose save for Cataclysm. Better luck next time. Hit the showers. Hit the gym again. Better luck next week. Leads us into the co-main event. The 15-minute Iron Women's match. Man. The winner. Princess B versus Soul Smoker. It was back and forth. Back and forth. Back and forth. The reversal upon reversal. This was the 4-star wrestle match, women's match that everybody expected it to be. Princess B hits her with a shot. Soul Smoker reverses. Soul Smoker returns a shot. Soul Smoker reverses. This was dubbed Reversal-mania 2019. I lost count at 7 reversals. I don't even know how these women were pulling out reversals upon reversals and comebacks upon comebacks. But it was Reversal-mania. A 4-star match nonetheless. Princess B walked away with a victory. Soul Smoker got the first pin. Then Princess B got the first pin. Then Soul Smoker got the second pin. Then Princess B got the final and winning pin. Best 2 out of 3. The Iron Women match, right? It was off the hook. What can I say? Reversal-mania. Another 4-star classic. Chalk one up for the Golden Realm. That led us in. I was tired at that, but the show must go on. And the main event, the final round of the Conquest title tournament, due to some drops and some no-shows here in the roster, we had to make it into a 6-man tournament bracket, which led us into a second round triple threat match. This was a 5-star toss-up match. That's what I call it. Anybody could have won this match. It was between B Terror, Bobbles, and Ezekiel Cavea, one member of the GOC versus 2 members of the Golden Realm. No, it was a 1 for all. That's it. No, all for one. No, it was a 1 for yourself. That's what it was. Everybody was just foaming at the mouth to get their hands on the illustrious, such prestigious workhorse title of Fights Uncensored, the Conquest title, which was vacated, and we had to do the tournament draw, and this was insane match. Honorable mention goes to Ezekiel Cavea. This kid had kickouts for days. I gotta go back and review the footage. Last time I counted, it was like 8 or 9 kickouts. He was active, so active in the match, back and forth. Each competitor had their moment in the spotlight. B Terror had his moment in the spotlight where he had, not on one occasion, but about 2 or 3 occasions, he had both Bobbles down and Ezekiel Cavea down, and he goes to pin Cavea. Cavea kicks up, goes to pin Bobbles. Bobbles kicks up, goes back to Cavea. Cavea kicks up. It was crazy. Everybody was on their feet. It was insane in the membrane on that one. And even Bobbles had his moment. He had Cavea down, pinned Cavea. Cavea kicks up. Terror was on the side of the apron getting up. Bobbles noticed that. He gets up, runs to him, baseball slide, knocks him into the cage. confused and deluded. He was all discombobulated. Terror goes back down. Bobbles goes back to bed. Kavea goes for another pin after hitting another technique move on him. Kavea kicks up. At this time, Terror gets up and then got hit by another baseball slide into the cage. It was crazy. Kavea kicking up out of everywhere. It was kick out mania, I tell you, on this 5-star Hell in a Cell final round of the Conquest title tournament. But at the end of the day, after Kavea's little moment in the sun with all the kickouts and the reversals and getting his payback on Terror and some on Bobbles, and there was a couple of tag teams there with Bobbles and Kavea in the beginning on Terror just to try to eliminate the bigger guy so they could have a more smaller man matchup for the smaller cruiserweights. But these guys tore the house down. They blew the roof off. It was crazy. So, what can I tell you? B-Terror capitalized on a mistake by Bobbles and a mistake by Kavea, actually, by not going for an earlier pin. But each man did everything they possibly could, and this was a toss-up match, 5-star match, Hell in a Cell. You know, it was just an awesome match, folks. And there you have it, folks. That was what it is. GOC had one victory, an important victory, and there, B-Terror, congratulations. He's your new 2KWL Fights Uncensored Conquest champion. Cataclysm, Goose Egg, and the Golden Realm came up with a whopping 7 out of 8. 7 out of 9 or 7 out of 8. That was a good matchup. What can I say? Well, folks, this wraps it up for this edition of Shots Fired with myself, Sam Schluter, the Straight Shooter. And this week's, well, I have some message here, maybe from the front office. Nope, not indeed. Well, folks, thanks for tuning in. Tune in next weekend for more 2KWO action with Fights Uncensored, Saturday, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and for 2KWL Sucker Free Sunday on regular scheduled program Sunday, 8:30 p.m. And I'm Sam Schluter. I call them as I see them. Thank you. And see you next Monday for Shots Fired.